Hi, everybody. Wherever you are, whenever you are in the world, sit back and relax, enjoy the show. We've got Sylvain Cloutier with us today. I'll just add him to the studio now.
Hi, how's it going?
Hiya, nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to be on the show as well. Thanks for the invitation.
Great, great. What is it you do, Sylvain?
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm Sylvain Cloutier. I usually take my brand. I keep my first and last name. I do some content creating. I started what was it? Probably about a year ago, doing some crypto and Bitcoin content, then learning as you go type deal. Starting discovering different cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, and then eventually learning a bit more about BSV and so on, and now covering that a bit more. So really, I'm just passionate about crypto in general, Bitcoin. I've been into like many Telegrams, Discord, learn about different projects and so on, and now really focusing on content and really connecting with people in the Bitcoin BSV space, kind of, you know, building my brand, the BSV brand, or anything with the focus of an entrepreneurship and really business focused type deal. That's probably where I'm kind of going. And then also started a podcast about, I'd say probably last November 2020, kind of sharing that because I'm located in Quebec, Canada, which is a French portion of Canada. So I just wanted to share as well the content, so some family members can also understand what I do as well in my own native language. So basically that, and I like to jump on different podcasts, sharing my passion with everyone, either be on Clubhouse or Twitter, Discord, Telegram, kind of all over the place. So yeah, that's a bit about myself and the crypto background and Bitcoin in general. Yeah.
And did you know about Bitcoin before you found BSV? Have you been around for a while?
I haven't been. I'm fairly new, like I'd say, to crypto, like about 2018. So obviously, some people have way more time in as well. I started, a friend of mine, was into a bit of trading. Then I kind of heard about that. I never looked into Forex and crypto before, and then that's really where the learning started. So roughly about, I'd say, August 2018. And it was about that time where, BCH and BSV had the kind of the discussion, the split. I think it was only Bitcoin Cash at that point. And then eventually heard about that fork. I didn't understand too much at first, right? Because I was kind of focusing on Ethereum and also BTC, right? That's what you most likely get exposed to at the beginning, right? And that's how it started, a bit like that. And then eventually, I think it was end of November. It was after the fork that I heard about BSV. And yeah, I think it was on a certain Friday night, and I was just like, okay, explore this crypto tonight, the other crypto the other day, and then there was on that Friday, I was like, oh, let's look into BSV, because all I could hear about was the scam and this and that, right? And then I was like, okay, well, I'm not really taking that into account as much. Like I want to go down and learn it myself, right? And see if it is a scam, then I'll find out, you know what I mean, by doing the research. And then I was exposed to Shem show, a Bitcoin SV channel. I heard about Nikki New, that was Satoshi that was on there.
Very funny, aren't they?
Like I jumped on there, and then it was really, really special. I really enjoyed that show back then, like the graphics at first that he had, and so on. And now, as we know, he's kind of building Blaircast and all that. But it's really something I like to go back into. And now I'm talking to those people, right? So it's kind of funny. It started just by watching it, and then eventually learning to interact with people. And here I am now discussing about BSV. So that's kind of the background. Some kind of a long answer, but yeah.
Same here. No, it sounds like the way a lot of us got to where we are now. And we love listening to Shem show as well, with Satoshi and Nikki as well, because they're hilarious. And it was a real breath of fresh air, wasn't it, when they came into the space? Brought a lot of people in, I think, so it's good.
It did, yes. And that's amazing that you were diligent. You were studying coin by coin, chain by chain, and then you just happened to discover and start networking in. So then, had you done podcasts prior to your interest in Bitcoin, or what was it that made you produce the Zone Crypto?
Yeah, so it kind of like I said, like in 2018, I started with that. It was somewhat affiliate marketing at that point. Network marketing, and then I tried to learn different stuff, like building websites, funnels, and so on. Maybe a bit like what Casey's into as well. And I really wanted to kind of go that route. Like it was really affiliate marketing, and then I was kind of doing that trading crypto on the side, although learning a lot about it. So I really started that, and then it was like not quite successful. Obviously, I probably wasn't patient enough. It takes a while to start like a brand and business and getting people on board. And yeah, so I was like, oh, well, I have more of a passion. I'm always kind of learning about crypto, and that's really where I discovered that. And part of a program I was studying, I paid for, right, in affiliate marketing. There was a module on making your YouTube channel, right? So that's how I learned that, like to start a YouTube channel, and then eventually podcasting, right? And then now kind of mixing with crypto, Bitcoin, right? So it's that's kind of how it started on my end, really. Affiliate marketing, network marketing, crypto. So it was kind of an online, make money online type idea, right? Overall.
If you have any kind of testimonial on your experience on platforms like Twitch, send them over to me so we can start curating those testimonials of how people's experience have been and what their earnings have been. What did you first think when you heard the name Twitch?
Like they came out, I think, out of the gate being like that Twitter alternative, like obviously being super popular with the crypto audience. I didn't think too much out of the name, to be honest with you.
Was it meant to be like Twitter etching or something like that, or? Definitely etching to the blockchain. Which wallets are you using? Have you like focused on any that you particularly like?
I did a couple videos. I think I covered Handcash, obviously.
Yeah,
I think to this point it's probably my favorite, just because the functionalities and it's just so fast and so easy to just onboard, pick a username, and then go on. There's different applications connected to it now, so it's really, really, really easy. how did they call it again, when you just like send it to a bunch of people, right? And then
pew pew or
yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was kind of missing the name for a second here. Yeah, pew. Yeah, do some pew pew action. So it's just really funny to do that. So yeah, I think that's kind of my favorite one. Also, I guess Relay X has some features, although I think functionalities, mobile wallet style, I think they're a bit behind that. I think they've been focusing on some of the token aspect, which, you know, I don't know what to think like 100% about all the tokens, but that could be a subject of discussion for sure about that. But yeah, they're a bit behind. I think Sendbee also has pretty nice features though. Like we don't hear too much about it now, but I kind of downloaded it again recently, and it's kind of fairly easy to use, really simple, and they have that exchange as well. So that one seems pretty good though, even though kind of more in the background, kind of quiet type wallet out there. Yeah.
Is there a certain presenter or host or maybe family member that inspires you as a presenter or a creator?
Yeah, it's funny that you asked that, and I was kind of glad that in the question there's the what as well, because I was like trying to think about someone specific. I think it's hard to find really. But if if we think about BSV, I think it would be what inspires me. I think it's everyone that's kind of taking that and running with the idea of like building a business and so on. So let's say if we think about even you doing some live on Facebook, that inspires me as well to continue my content. Casey doing the brand to blockchain, be the broadcast, that sort of thing, right? So that's really inspiring. Okay, so there's other people doing that. It could be Shem with Blaircast, everyone that's kind of building something. Nikki with the genuine retweets, and Ben as well, developer of that. I mean, it's like, I think that's what inspires me. You know, I didn't see it that way at first. You get exposed to, I would say, crypto and Bitcoin in a way that, okay, let's make money off trading and so on. And that's probably what I was exposed to initially. But now there's like way more than that. How can it affect the economy down the road? Can we change that? Can we build something bigger? You know, like, and we hear a lot of that stuff within the BSV Bitcoin community, right? So that's really what inspires me to keep going and do content. And, you know, even now, you know, trying to come up with another idea, like how can I build something myself as well? How can I impact other people? You know, let's say beside the content creation, like, is there anything else I could do, right? So it's always like kind of asking the questions and then come up with ideas, helping others.
The great thing about BSV is the longer you spend in the space, the more you want to build something. That it's empowering people basically to be in charge of their own content, which is obviously completely opposite to what like the likes of YouTube and Facebook are doing, you know, where they're deplatforming people left and right and so on. So the reasons for all these apps are very, very much there and growing all the time. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the space, is that you can't stay in it for very long without actually wanting to become an entrepreneur yourself, which I think is a really cool thing.
I mean, you're pretty acquainted with the whole ecosystem. I'm just getting started with Slictionary and a couple of other things. I've been talking to the Weather SB guy a little bit, and the Predictology. There's streams of income available to people there too. So what all are you putting your content on now or interacting with in the space at this time? I
tried a lot now, Streamadity and YouTube, where I mostly post my my content for as far as videos, and also the podcast in French. And I try to do it on a separate one. So I think there's one set up with Money Button, which is the English content, and then one with Relay X, which is like the French content of that. I was, you know, it's something I was debating whether or not I should kind of have both, you know, kind of at the same time. You know, from the videos and ideas that I can see, like it's better to keep it separate. But I don't know, maybe you have an opinion on that as well. So yeah, I'm trying different platforms. Twitch, I'm a bit on Twitch, but I don't have a whole lot of followers there. Like I'm mostly like I'm gonna get the content mostly in Twitter. I've kind of gone back a bit more into Facebook now, and now Clubhouse. You've seen me there a bit more. We talked earlier today on there.
Yes.
Instagram.
How did that go? How did that go? You and Casey and Satoshi were on the Clubhouse,
Ben,
right?
And Ben, the developer of Genuine Retweet,
Yeah.
I got to meet him. He was super nice.
It's good. Yeah, it's kind of becoming addictive. It's like a continuous podcast. You can go into different subjects. Obviously, I've been kind of trying to get connections as well in the leadership, marketing, whatever aspect. So, sometimes you can connect and say a few words about Bitcoin when you get the stage or whatnot. So, yeah, I just wanted to add a point that I'm using, right? So Link BSV by Casey, I'm using that. Also put it in my Clubhouse bio as well, right? So Link BSV /Sylvain Cloutier. So I get all my links in there. Well, not all my links, but I've got like the top ones. You know, I didn't want to put too much and too many, right? So it becomes like, okay, where do I go now, right? So keep it simple, but it's pretty good. I like it. I was using Cointree links, whatever. It's got the different addresses, and so now, but it wasn't as nice. So I was like, oh, let's go with linkbsv.com, and then so yeah, I've been using that right now. I'm putting in the bio, Twitter, and I think I'm using it on Instagram as well too now. So, and Facebook. So that's good.
I really appreciate that. If you do go to Link BSV, you can add links, and you can also get your referral link to send people to where you can earn off of their link creation. But as far as like the homepage and all that on that website, it's going to be souped up very soon. I'm really excited to get.
It's too great a concept not to
you.
build it out. Yeah, I think it's just such a cool idea.
Well done.
Yeah, it's
Because
really
I mean,
good.
so many of these apps have got you know, a referral system set up that you may as well use it.
It's such a wonderful, empowering situation to invite them into, because they can own all their data, and they're the ones earning per click instead of Dorsey and Zuckerberg and you know, all these shadow operations that are mining our data and selling it to you know, nefarious characters in some ways to psychographically mess with us and control the narratives. It's just really not okay.
What do you make of NFTs? A lot of hype around them for art, but do you think it's a good thing?
Yeah, that's a good one. Obviously, NFTs, it's kind of been that the crazy new thing kind of around the corner. Well, that's been out there for a little bit now, being more popular, obviously. I did a couple short videos on that that I can remember. It's, I don't know, it's I kind of like the idea. I can't remember who mentioned that, or was it on Bitstock's podcast, maybe Michael Hudson, tying it to like a physical product. So maybe like the what Twitch is doing.
With
So
the
that's
hats and
gonna
everything, yeah.
so if there's like a product like a ball cap or something, maybe not chicken tendies or anything, but maybe more the ball caps. That's kind of a good idea where you have your physical ball cap. It could be T-shirt or whatnot, and then also associated with like an NFT number. Same thing as like a really X the card, right? So I've got one card. I got it at home now. I don't have it with me right now, but yeah, I've been loading that up as well, getting the card. I bought another one as well. So it's like, I don't know. It might be good, especially if it's tied into like a physical product. So it shows like ownership of that. It could be used, maybe that could even be a greater solution for, I don't know, later on, like a car sale, or I don't know, like buying a place, a lot. Then it could be tied on the blockchain, specific lot number, blah blah blah, and then that's your name attached to it on the blockchain. That's all good.
What I really like about it is the fact that it's sort of like a self-contained business. So if I sell you maybe, let's say, a meme that's an NFT that makes a certain amount of money every time it's used, this is just like a fantastical concept. But let's say that's the thing. If I then sell it to you, then I've basically transferred all the rights of that business to you, if you see what I mean. And so I really like that idea that it's like a self-contained business that doesn't rely on any specific people. So that vehicle itself can earn money, and you can pass it on in its entirety to another person. So I think that for me, that's really where the key to it lies. So that if you accumulate really good money earning assets, then in the future, hopefully, it'll be a bit like just buying a piece of art or something that accumulates in value, or like I said, better still, something that's actually actively used by people online and earns a sort of a royalty every time it's used or referred to or whatever. So I don't know, I just like the idea of binding up all the kind of legal concepts in a single object, even if it's just a digital object. But it's a pretty neat idea. But then there's a lot of kind of legal stuff around it as well, which I think we're going to talk to Satoshi about tomorrow, aren't we?
That's right. Yes. Yeah. And what was this card? Was it a postcard that you bought from RelayX, you said, Sylvain?
Oh, sorry. I didn't go into specifics. It's the Visa debit or whatever you want to call it card.
Yeah. Actual card.
Yeah. So it uses a Visa system, right? And then so you can load it up with just BSV, right? Your handle is linked to that, right? And then it's at the back of the card as well, and then you would just top it up with BSV. It could be probably sent from any wallet. I've done it with RelayX last time, but I'm not too sure on the specifics. But it's fairly easy with the top up process. Yeah.
Wow! So you're one of the first.
Loop, Yeah.
That's cool.
Quite newly out, but the idea of sort of converting your money into Bitcoin and then converting it back into using buying things in the real world, to me is like the loop closes, and that's a cool thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
bringing it back into the real world.
A question, Sylvain, about you're only taxed if you take it back into fiat, right? As far as any capital gains or whatnot from your,
or converted into any other crypto asset.
I think there's more than that. Yeah, I'm not a specialist into that, obviously, but I think there's more than that as well. Like I think it goes even if I don't know, you buy something and BSV is worth I don't know, 140, but then now you're selling it, and then now BSV is worth 1,000, or like I think you still have to declare like the in between, like of that stuff. So on transactions, even though that's kind of funny,
capital gain,
So I don't know.
I was just wondering if you'd never take it back to USD and you just use that card, is it still the same type of a taxable event?
I think it is. I'd love it if it weren't, but I think it is.
Yeah, I would have to look a bit more into that.
More about that,
because I think it is converting it into dollars at the point of purchase.
Yeah, but that's one thing that I find it's lacking even in Canada right now. They're like, oh, report your taxes and stuff, but there's really not a whole lot of information, and everyone's like, do you do it? How do we do it? Do I report that? And then they want like a specific and where it was from, and that's like, I don't know, but like you buy one BSV and then you split it in many different transactions. It's like, well, is it a report when I bought this one at 150 or that one at 400? You know what I mean? Like, what's the reference from that first transaction? So it's kind of, I don't know, like everything would need to be tracked. To me, like in order to really have the system that functions well, I think, right? So if you go through an exchange, then obviously they could some kind of issue like a report to the federal authorities that, okay, you did that many transactions, that was purchased that day, that time, that price point, because everything needs to be like, the price point, the date, all that, and then I sold it at blah, 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 right? So makes it really complicated. So you could probably have a general idea of like, okay, I've made about like 3 or 4 grand or whatever, and then I lost 1,000, so maybe 2, you clear that. But then to really know the specific cents and when you purchased, what amount it was precisely, like exchanges would need to almost produce something that they would send directly like to the government, I would assume, right?
Yeah, I think that's the killer app that we're waiting for. Is for somebody to tie it all together and to be able to report your taxes for you and at least just calculate your taxes.
Seamless, right?
So yeah, somebody get onto that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I'm going to say thank you, Sylvain, for being our first guest. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
you seen behind the scenes, and you know, it didn't run smoothly for the first 10 minutes, but hopefully we'll get there. Anyhow,
thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, and I'll keep watching videos. I actually watched a couple of them this week that were really useful for products that I didn't know existed. I'm just trying to think what they were now, but they keep up the good work. I'm enjoying it.
Yes, we're your big fans, Sylvain.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Okay, we're gonna wave. Bye bye.
Thanks for having me again.
Bye.
Bye everyone.
See you.